What are we doing? What are we,
Is it going now or not?
It's going now.
what's our topics and stuff?
Yeah, possible. You see the little red ticker in the top?
No, I can't see that. Yeah, I can see that too.
You know that it's red.
Yeah, it was all orange to me.
Okay, it's red.
Can we do the story about Mike Harding and the
Those damn boys.
satanic group?
I don't know that story.
Never tell you about briefly. Tell you about it real quick.
Oh yeah, yeah, I think I heard this story.
We'll just say it.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
All right.
That way, you know, if it's good, and I'll get an honest reaction. Something like that. Something.
That's what it's going to be.
What's that one? Oh, poor.
All right. So what else we're doing? We're just gonna do the intro, talk about the bourbon, we're gonna tell a story at some point. So for our first one, so we're gonna still do a little more intro as far as, hey, you know, this is,
Okay. I'm good. Okay. I'm not going to shoot that a minute ago. You think we need to do that one again at some point?
do which one?
The intro to the intro.
I think it's good. I mean, let's do it.
Eat the rich. You ever heard that song?
There's a couple versions.
That's one of them.
There's a Crocus song called "Eat the Rich."
Aerosmith.
I know, but there's a Crocus song too,
I didn't know that. Aerosmith is good.
and I think there's another one on top of the Aerosmith too.
Because it burps at the end of it.
All right. Eat the rich, eat the rich. Don't you know
Eat
life
the
is a
rich,
bitch?
fuck the bitch.
You ever heard that song?
No.
You've heard it if I played it. You've heard it.
Ready?
Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future.
Dear Lord, please be patient.
You're supposed to be a comedian here. Settle down, settle down.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
One more funny thing.
I thought that was pretty fun, actually.
Yeah, at least you did on the podcast.
The other day, Bobby's daughter Jordan, what was it? I was doing something. We were doing, I had Ford with her grandson. Or not Jordan's grandson, Bobby's grandson. And before she was putting him in our car. That's what it was.
Are we drinking this, by the way?
Yeah. And
You go to open it.
she
Smart movie, I can tell.
she said there right before she put him in the car, she said, Lord, please give me the strength not to murder my son today.
I got a headache from Barry's twins, these girls.
Huh?
They're 11, they turned 11 2 days ago.
Oh yeah.
I can handle one of them. Put them together.
Hell on wheels.
No, it is hard.
Did y'all realize
Just
that
get in the
anytime-
trash can right behind you.
Y'all,
Oh, I
y'all,
didn't know that.
Oh,
y'all,
okay.
y'all do realize that anytime that we move something around on this table,
Yeah.
we can actually hear it.
I noticed when I moved this right here, and I'm like moving backwards.
What is that? Is that yours, Ray?
I don't know. I can hear me. Can you hear me?
All right, yeah, y'all do y'all little pumpkin episode.
You're so uptight. What are you so uptight
I'm
about?
tired. I've got a headache.
Huh? Do you really? I had a headache this morning. So I can feel my
I
head.
did too. I woke up with a headache. I got up, took some excited migraine.
Well, why? I just got to a good nap when the twins came home from they was at the beach with their other grandparents. They brought them a good nap. So they give them a nap in, and they're like for like 4 hours. Barry went home like supposed to be on time, so the wife got home. I shot out at about 6:15, followed you in the apartment complex, and read you got my parking space.
I did. Didn't realize.
what you could Jeep for.
I'm thinking, that fucker. You know, like,
But
trying to
guess-
get my spot, and he sure enough did.
But guess what? I didn't know it was Steve, cause I didn't know he traded.
You pull in a horse to do that?
Yeah, I did. I was like, man, is he not here yet? Don't matter, cause I got a key, cause I just came on in.
No.
I probably would've set the alarm.
I give the key to everybody I trust, bro.
Oh, thanks.
You got one, bro? I gotta get you one, man.
That's all right. I don't trust me in here either, so.
Well, I don't think Reggie is gonna like, come here and have us wet my bird and leave sprints all over my sheets.
I do like the bird. I told Bobby, I said, I'd like to have one of these.
They're pretty cool. He's over 30 years
I
old.
know, that's what's amazing about it.
I can come here and make a rock video of this stuff.
Oh,
I'm doing the introductory.
sure.
Thinks about a compliment.
Hey, where to leave that? Turn the fuck up.
You can do that.
What the hell?
Did I miss the first one?
Evidently.
Let's try that again.
What are you doing?
I missed the first drum roll. They're kind of carrying noise, really did.
It ain't brain surgery, Vernon.
Hey, welcome to the very first episode of Bourbon and Badges, come to you from Studio 77. I'm here with my co-host, Hound Dog Reggie Hicks, and Buck Buchanan, Terry Buchanan. Buck, what's happening, guys?
Good evening.
Hey, this is Hound Dog. How's everybody doing tonight?
Man, you had me so worried about missing that intro up that I actually messed it up and I started over to do a second recording of it, but went too far into it.
Yeah, well,
Hey, welcome to Bourbon and Badges. What are we about, guys?
what about bourbon?
Old
And
cop,
badges?
yeah, old cop and aged bourbon.
Are
And
you saying
Oh.
we're old?
we're aged cop and old bourbon. How about that?
Aged cops and old
Yeah,
bourbons.
it's got 90 years experience here in the studio, and we like to simplify bourbon, fine bourbon. We haven't actually started yet. I don't know why I'm missing my words.
I don't know either, but you know,
Stage fright.
we do have 90 years experience in law enforcement and 0 years in experience in putting a podcast out.
That's true. And probably 60 years of, more than that, 120 years in drinking.
True.
All right.
That is true.
That's between just us. That's not including Buck.
Yeah. That's just refreshing me. Hound Dog and I came from Gastonia Police Department here in Gastonia, North Carolina. Buck started out in Gastonia, North Carolina, and went to Charlotte Neck
CMPD.
over in Charlotte, big town Charlotte, North Carolina.
So, okay, go ahead. I got a question for Buck when I get to talking.
Go ahead, man.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
What's the question?
I forgot.
You know, this whole thing about the dead space that we're talking about? That was dead space.
I did that on purpose.
See, what happened is I messed you up and I reached over and grabbed this bottle of bourbon. Your mouth started watering.
No, I just did it on purpose because I didn't want to say stick squirrel.
Steve was a tad uptight tonight, so.
Well, we're getting ready to resolve that by opening up this Chattanooga whiskey, Kentucky Street bourbon, Tennessee Street bourbon.
All right, so is there a backstory or anything? like
Man,
that?
there's a super backstory about it. Let me get my notes. It's really, really cool.
Well, I don't want to interrupt, but whenever I bring whiskey in, y'all jump on me, but now
This is bourbon whiskey.
Yeah, it's actually bourbon.
it says whiskey.
Oh, well, all bourbon is whiskey.
It's prominent whiskey.
Straight bourbon whiskey. Straight bourbon.
I don't want to ever hear y'all jump on to me about bringing
Well,
whiskey.
you know what makes a straight bourbon? It's got to be, some of the things on there. The first thing is got to be at least 21% corn. Now this, oh yeah,
Age at least 2 years.
yes, this Hound Dog you're gonna like.
It's got to be brown too.
And it's strange. It worked out well because I like the traditional
They nailed
bourbon. I like the traditional bourbon. Buck likes the rye bourbon. And Hound Dog, what do you like?
Wheat.
Wheaty bourbon.
I do love wheaty bourbon.
Well, this whiskey. I'm trying to find my notes. Chattanooga whiskey is a high barley whiskey, which is gonna give you that, I think it'll give you that farm-like taste.
It's gonna taste like
Well, see,
beer.
that's one thing. You know, when we're tasting this stuff and it's a wheated bourbon, you always say it gives you a farm taste.
Yeah.
When the wheated bourbon that I've tasted, and we've tasted this exact same thing,
Correct.
I don't get any farmy stuff. What I get is a sweet taste, a little tad of a sweet taste.
You know why? You know why?
No,
Cause you look like,
don't
somebody.
say Pillsbury Doughboy.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Hey, he's sitting beside you too.
Or Stay Puft.
So is this 91 proof?
It's 91 proof, and I'll tell you the reason, there's a reason behind that, because the barrel, out of 100 barrels, they chose the 91st barrel when they first bottled this whiskey, and that's why they made it 91 proof.
So how much alcohol's in this?
It's 45.5% by volume. That's the fifth, the price.
That was some quick addition for you. I thought that would throw you off.
It's written down right here.
The price point on that is $34.99.
Oh, that's not bad.
Chattanooga whiskey was first founded in 2011, the first distillery in Chattanooga in over 100 years.
Really?
So it's got to be. So how old is this? Does it say?
It's greater than 2 years, is what it says, so it's probably like 2 years, 1 month.
Okay, cool.
Well, you know, the batch size is 8 to 11 barrels, so you know, one barrel maybe be 2 years, another barrel could be 6.
True.
So,
Very true.
So does that make it a blend?
no, well,
Kinda.
Because I don't understand the whole blend thing.
generally, okay, we're probably getting too much more into the liquor than we do the cop side of it, but generally a blend is from different distillers. They call that a blend. If you blend in-house, same distillery, it's still considered, in Scotch, a single malt, what it means from one distiller, even though it may be blended. And from the same distiller,
It's
There's age difference.
Okay, but it's the same. It's not different distillers. It's the same
The same
distillers, just
distiller,
different
yeah.
batches.
yeah, most all your whiskeys are blended like that unless it's a single barrel.
So that's what I was saying. Is this will just be a blend, and if it's just different batches.
Yes, it's a blend of different barrels within the same brick house within Chattanooga
I mean, it's kind of like
whiskey.
Scotch single malts versus the regular blends. So blends are come from different batches. And
Yeah, but although single malt can still be a blend.
no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, single malt can be a blend within that distillery. They can be blended. Anytime you see a single malt and it has an age statement of 12 years, by their rules in Scotland, the youngest barrel in there is the age statement. So you can have a 25-year Scotch in that 12-year age statement.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
If it's a single malt, but it still be a blend within the same distiller. When it comes a blend is when Slow Ride Distillery borrows barrels from Hound Distillery, which we trade barrels and then blend our whiskeys different ways together. And that's a blend.
So I have this bottle of Macallan, 18 year.
Yeah, so you can ask.
$350 now.
You throw that up every time that we talk.
No,
Oh,
no.
I've got this.
No, but I think
And I have seen it, Rich. I did get a glimpse. He wouldn't let me hold the bottle, but I did see a
Oh,
glimpse
really?
of it from across the table.
Maybe you should open that son of a bitch up and killed it.
what we're going to do is the first time we actually end up breaking even on this podcast, we're going to open that thing up.
Well, a little more
Oh, that's
background.
exactly what's going to happen.
A little more background. Chattanooga whiskey is crafted with malt, high malt, and the mash bill. Get this, you'll finally see the rest of it. The mash bill is yellow corn first, the same thing to make it a straight bourbon. It's got to be at least 51% corn,
Okay.
and then it's malted rye, caramel malted barley, and honey malted barley.
I didn't know there was, I'm sure, because I'm stupid and stuff like this, but I didn't know there's different kinds of barley.
Yes, sir.
Well, I mean, you said yellow corn. Do they use white corn too? Sweet corn? Whatever.
For it to be a Kentucky, I keep saying Kentucky. For it to be a straight bourbon, it's got to be 51% corn.
So it don't matter if it's yellow corn.
I guess it's gonna be Indian corn. I don't know.
That's like that,
51% corn.
that's like that Jet the Creed we drank at one time.
Yeah.
It's red corn.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The corn is just as red
Ah,
as
I do remember
red
that.
can be.
I remember that.
All right, now this bottle, once you open that up and you give us a pour, and what we're gonna do is what we do on the show is what with this here.
We open it up, we pour it, we let it sit and breathe for just a few minutes, 12 seconds. And then after that, we'll look at it, discuss it, we'll smell it, or call it nosing it, and taste it, and see what the
There you go, Hound Dog. We're passing their
Thank you.
Glen Karen glasses around because they're made for bourbon drinking.
Bourbon drinking. See? That was me just cheering everybody. Smells good.
Buck, you've been very slow with these pours. Hey, while we're doing that, yes, I just gave us this. It's aged for at least 2 years, from a batch size of 8 to 12 barrels, and yeah, there's the signature malt, high malt recipe. Now, do you guys know the difference between a rye mix either? You know, people get confused. They come to the liquor store. Buck and I work try to get Hound Dog a job,
No thanks.
Yeah, you probably.
but they'll come in. They want a rye whiskey, and they get confused between a rye whiskey and a high rye whiskey.
So what's the difference?
Well, a rye whiskey, the first grain in the grain bill, the mash bill, is gonna be rye.
Okay.
It's confusing because high rye, actually the second grain in the mash bill is rye.
So we got rye, then probably barley.
Yeah, but you can get a straight bourbon that's high rye. But it's still straight bourbon because you use V21 to the corn.
So it matters the order that you put this stuff in?
It's not the order, it's just the
Percentage.
quantity. Yeah, percentage.
Oh, okay.
Each
So
grain.
when you said first, I'm like, well, the first thing you put in there is,
No, I'm sorry. Yes, it's got to have be a straight bourbon. Have to be by North Carolina, by United States standards. And you know, bourbon is home to the United States. It's our bourbon.
And it's actually called American Spirit.
okay, what does it look like here?
Well, you know what? I smelled it, nosed it, or whatever the hell you want to call it. And it smells pretty good.
Yeah, I want you to try it. I've had it before. I can't remember. Hound Dog. I was in Tennessee and I picked this up. We cannot get this local here in Gastonia, North Carolina. You know, listeners maybe they'll find this elsewhere, but we can't get it here. Got it in Tennessee. Tried it, and the first thing I thought was, to me, I thought it was wheat, not the barley. But
Wheat, the caramel barley, caramel.
Yeah.
There it
is it caramel? Caramel.
Now, what's the stuff that you see coming down here?
It's called legs.
Legs?
Swirl it around. Y'all got more than I do. But look at our pour. Look at mine.
Yeah. Well, those are the listeners.
What in the hell?
Hound Dog and I got a third of a glass. Buck poured over a half glass for himself.
In any case, so what are the legs? Well, because I was,
It's
I can
oil.
see.
Yeah, it's
see that.
oil residue.
I know you can't see it, but I mean, I can definitely see it now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The legs is where you shake it up and the oil starts to drain back down into the glass. It's called legs.
Now, is there a certain significance to it?
It looks cool.
Yeah, and also, you know, if for the bourbon nights out there, these really high-end bourbon guys, you can add 2 or 3 drops of distilled water, and it actually pushes that oil. You see legs from pushes that to the top, and
So
it's
it's supposed to be
separated.
good, supposed to be better.
You get a whole new top finish on it and a whole new back end.
Is
on
this
it.
distilled?
And just to let everybody know,
Right there.
just to let everyone know, we do not claim to know everything they ought to know about bourbon.
Definitely, I don't.
We do claim that, but we're probably wrong.
But we're definitely wrong. But so the people out there saying that's bullshit, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. You know
And
what?
we don't.
You're right. We don't. We're just having a good time.
And you're welcome to critique us all you want.
There's 2 types of idiots. The ones that's made this podcast and the ones that listen to it.
All right, so
Why
have
did
we
you look
got?
at me when you said there's good time idiots?
But I did think it was interesting that this is 91 proof because the very first barrel they pulled out of 100 barrels is the 91st barrel.
That is neat. I like that a lot. I like a good bourbon or whiskey or whatever with a good story.
So have y'all nosed it yet?
Yeah, just stick it together.
Smell like one.
So when you're nosing it, how much do you get your nose way down in there?
Yeah, I'll stick mine. Well, your nose probably won't fit. But
So Buck's got his nose. He's got that half a glass, and his nose is touching the.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I put your name on your glass so you get it every time.
So what are you getting?
I get corn. I get a sweet
They-
corn. Yeah.
I got a sweetness. Yeah, I think I wrote this down. They say that the experts say we should expect a dry apricot, sweet tea, and honey toast.
All right. I like apricot jelly. I like sweet tea. And I like honey toast. So it'll be pretty tasty.
All right, I'm gonna taste it.
I see that.
I get that.
What you got there, Buck?
What's it say?
I can read it, but our listeners can't read.
And they don't know you're holding something up.
microphones.
They're gonna say, "Hey, I'm holding up a candy bar."
That's what I get. Caramel. It's a caramello bar. That's what I get. I get caramel out of every single thing we drink here, so.
It's not as sweet as I remember it.
Oh, that's got a unique taste to it, man.
There's a lot of barley in here.
That has a really unique taste.
Also we came up with a, right now, and the thing about this being a first podcast, we're gonna evolve. We're going to metamorphose into something. Is that the right word?
Metaphor.
We're gonna metaphoricate into something else.
We're not gonna metaphoricate either, so.
We're gonna
What are you
metaphoricate.
trying to say?
We're gonna grow into something different than what we are now. We are the long
Alright,
caterpillar.
so we're idiots now.
So-
we go from there.
Oh, I got offered a job the other day by the sheriff. I'll tell you about that in a little bit, but it's a very funny story.
By chef?
Sheriff,
Oh, sheriff.
out in Conner here in Gaston County.
Oh,
Well, in the future, how about we stick to words that we actually know how to pronounce?
I can say sheriff. Sheriff.
So I think it's what did you think, metamorphosis?
Well, yeah, the metaphors will metaphoricate into something else in the future.
y'all know that the word sheriff comes from England, back in, the 16th.
From the term Shire Reeve.
From Shire Reeve, you're right, that's right. See, Buck, we're on the same page.
See, we're on a wavelength, and he's in a bad mood. Steve's in a
Alright.
bad mood, so.
You always say that.
So you're always in a bad mood? I don't think you're in a bad mood, always.
Well, I do sleep some, right?
Yeah, you do sleep.
No, what I'm trying to say is, right now, we have set up a range from 1 to 10 on taste and nose, and we're gonna give this a score, when 0 being, it sucks worse than anything in the world, 10 being the most greatest thing in the world.
Honeysuckle. I just got a honeysuckle taste.
Oh, I was about to say, what, dear?
Oh,
With 5 being a daily drinker.
okay.
If it's a 5 or above, that means something we would actually drink daily.
How much of this water supposed to put in?
As much as you want.
That looks good right there.
The whole dropper?
Yeah, it's fine. And then the thing about it is just let it sit for a minute. It should change
Do
the
I
whole
swish it?
complexity. No, just let it sit for a minute. It should change the whole complexity of that.
Okay, so on our scale, 0 sucks, 10's the best bourbon you ever had, 5's the everyday drinker. Where do you stand, Steve?
I'm still tasting. And what we're talking about was Buck was adding distilled water to his glass, to his pour.
No.
Done good. I like a 90 proof burn, so 91's good.
Yeah.
I like the burn on it.
Okay.
The nose is pretty good. It's, I like to have a little more barrel. I don't taste the.
A little more
Yeah.
sour.
You know why? Because I'm the more traditional bourbon guy.
You are.
I suppose you guys are, on different spectrums. Yeah, a little more char in it.
Okay.
Let me try to.
Well, I'm actually kind of liking this a lot. It's a pretty good, got a pretty good nose to it. It's got, like I said, I taste honeysuckle a little bit, and I like it.
All right, this is Chattanooga whiskey. It's a Tennessee straight bourbon, and I think I give it a 7.
7?
Combined nose and taste, and I give it a 7.
Buck, what about you?
I'm gonna give it a 9.
Really?
Oh, you like
that
it,
much?
really?
I like it
And you're normally
Better. than anything I've had once since I've been in here.
you're normally a. We need to get some rye here next. You're normally a rye guy.
That's excellent. That's excellent.
Let's go. I'd give it a. I'm leaning toward in the middle, an 8.
8, 7.
I like it.
Yeah,
I
Now,
like
I
it.
you just doing,
got-
are you doing that to be politically correct, or are you just doing that?
No, I'm telling you.
Hound
I
dog
like
is
it a lot.
not politically correct.
No, I'm far from politically.
Reminder of that too is we are like our bourbon because
We are unfiltered
unfiltered and uncut.
and uncut.
You may hear things that you may want your children not to hear. You may want to set them in another room.
Huh?
You may hear words that offend your little children.
Yeah.
We're not politically correct.
You may hear pronunciations of words. That may not be correct.
Metamorpho, whatever the hell it was.
Metamorphicating. It's mean we're going to be different next year than what we are today.
Oh, please don't use that metaphor. Oh.
I hope so. 'Cause this is pretty fun doing this.
But this is it.
This
I
is
actually, and it is kind of rare for me to actually like something as much as I like this. I really like
for
this.
not to be rye.
Yeah.
And I tell you that's really surprising. Yeah, and I hope that our listeners are drinking. And all right, one more plug for it is Chattanooga whiskey, which I got in Tennessee.
If our listeners are drinking, this might make that might make this episode a hell of a lot better than it actually is.
Oh yeah, I agree.
And I have probably the least refined palate here. So I mean, these guys are both far more experienced. And they like bourbon more than I do, but I really like this. It's actually very good.
Pretty,
All
it's
right.
pretty tasty.
So, 8,
8
Hound
average.
Dog 7 for me, and you gave it a 9?
Give it a 9. This is about as good as anything
So
I've had.
what is that average?
8.
8.
I know, I just wanted you to spell it out for the listeners.
Dude, if somebody does spell it, it won't be you. Okay, I'm sorry. See, I'm trying not to. I'm trying to refrain from my usual Steve bashing, but
Well, now the way we normally
don't
drink
make it easy.
our bourbon here on air is we drink it neat, mean drinking it plain, just a simple pour by itself, not adding
Yes.
anything to it.
Yes. That's the way I like it. That's the way I drink
I
all
do
my
too.
bourbon. I don't like putting ice croutons in
But
it.
I would like to say that what our motto is. What's the best way to drink a bourbon or to drink whiskey?
Any way you like it?
Yeah, drink it the way you drink it, the way you when you drink it, the way you like it.
Buck, you said that like you gonna answer right.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell us.
Oh.
Call me,
And I made some notes here for our first podcast. Well, also things too is we're not into ball busting. You know, we're idiots up here. We realize we know nothing about anything. I would argue, in fact, we do probably know about cop stuff.
Yeah, somehow we got 9 years of
Yeah, we're gonna keep that amusing. We're not gonna bore the veteran cops with cop stories because, man, yeah, everybody knows you sitting around, you know, get ready for briefing. That Rick comes in talking about how great his school crossing was.
Yeah.
You want to punch him right between your eyes.
Well, you know, we could probably do an episode on this. We could probably do weeks on actually stories. I mean,
Oh, I do have a good story I want to share in a few minutes. But ball busting, we're not into ball busting. It's okay to kid around jokingly, but don't take us seriously. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we got a email address.
We do.
So, you know, don't call up busting our balls and we don't know what we're talking about, because we know we don't. And if you're listening to us, you know, what does that make
or
you?
call up busting their balls. That's fine with us.
Yeah, you can. We don't care
No.
if you busting our balls, but you know, it's all for fun.
You brought up our social media and stuff. So let's let the listeners know what the actual name of it is. It's called Bourbon and Badges on Facebook. Bourbon and Badges on Twitter. And we also, if you get on the Facebook, we have a private group. All thing you gotta do is send us a invitation request, and more than likely we'll let you into the group. But there's also a possibility that we won't, to be quite honest.
Well, and what we're looking for? We're looking for people that's got to give us some guidance, some insight, and hey, recommend some bourbons for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell us what you want to see on the podcast or hear on the podcast.
If you got a favorite bourbon that you say, man, I love this stuff here, I wish those guys would do it.
Send it to us for free.
Send it to us for free, and we'll be more than happy to drink your bourbon and tell you how good it is.
Hey, I tell you, Knob Creek done an excellent commercial. I don't know if y'all seen it or not.
No.
It's a commercial on TV, and it shows, Booker Noise and their tall stuff, the commercial, and it says, hey, if you don't like our Knob Creek, send it back. We'll drink it for you.
That's good.
Yeah, it was really good.
That's good.
You know, additionally, we'll have we're going to end up having a session on Ask Hound Dog,
Yes, we are.
and we'll get some expertise from Reggie.
And what would have to happen for you to get a hold of Hound Dog, or what would Hound Dog address?
Do what?
What would it take? Ask Hound Dog. What is it?
It's where if you have a question or whatever, you want to, get my honest opinion about it, and I'll tell you if it's stupid. I'll tell you if you're a dumbass. I'll tell you if it's a good question, and I'll answer it the best way that I possibly can.
Well, how about the way I worded that question? It was not very good.
What are you talking about?
I got tongue tied and I couldn't figure out what to say there for a second.
Are you mic shy?
Huh?
You mic shy?
No, I just got tongue tied. Wasn't what I was going to say about you.
This bourbon's really good.
I enjoy it.
So if you have a question, do you want to call in or write in? Our email address is bourbon and badges at yahoo.com.
And that can be anything. Girlfriend problems. Hey, what kind of whiskey do you recommend? Why does Buck like Buck? Why is Buck the way he is?
That's a question we've been asking for
Why
years.
is Buck not metaphoricated into something else? Anything. So we'll address it, and hopefully it's going to add to some humor on this here show.
Yeah, it's usually at my expense.
Yeah, we was talking about two things that comes to mind. We was talking about stories. We're not going to bore people with stories. Especially the senior, the veteran officers don't like hearing these friggin' stories.
But I think we're gonna get ready to bore you with stories.
I'm getting ready to stories. But you know, prior to starting our podcast, I listened to a lot of cop podcasts, a lot of good stuff out there. But there's one on there, just listen, where two guys sitting there and telling war stories. And I thought, man, this is just like briefing just for you. Getting started working, hearing all these freaking rookies talk, and I just wanted to freaking hang myself.
Don't do that. Shoot yourself.
If you see me shoot, I'd probably be more successful if I hang myself.
No, that's why I said shoot yourself, because you'd miss.
Yeah, I'm probably one of y'all. Actually, I'm quite the shot.
I know you are. You was on the SWAT team. There's a plaque right there on Studio 77 walls that says so.
That's right. That's a story within itself. Hey, you know, back when we used to have 3 shifts. Now we have permanent shifts, but we used to have 3 shifts, of course, first, second, and third. And on second shift at 10 o'clock, we had what's called gas call. We'd go by and get gas and turn our paperwork into the sergeant. Earlier that day, Mike Hardy, if y'all remember him, he left us, went to Goose Creek.
Yeah. I
South
like Mike.
Carolina.
Mike's a good dude.
Yeah, went to some good Goose Creek. Police
Shout out to
Department,
Mikey.
South Carolina. Yeah, he's retired too.
He's a great guy. Man, I went to academy with him.
You know, South Carolina has a 20-year retirement. He's done that 20-year thing.
Yeah, he's already retired.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Did he get retirement from up here too?
No.
No, he didn't stay long enough.
He-
He probably got his 401k rolled over.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead, Steve.
But anyway, yeah. But prior to going to gas call, the old train depot downtown, this old vented building where the homeless people would go there and camp out, mattresses everywhere, graffiti everywhere. We'd go there and look for these homeless guys. And we go in there, and there is just tons of satanic, I said it right, satanic stuff all over the walls.
Pentagrams, stuff like that?
Yeah, all kind of crap like that, just painted all over the walls. There's some burnt candles in there, and Mike freaks out. He is, oh my God, look at that. He is just embedded in the thought about we have devil worshippers here downtown. It's terrible. And he would talk about the rest of the friggin' night. I go back by there and check it by myself, and there's no one there again, of course. And on the way out, I see an old stuffed Jeffrey giraffe. I think I had an idea. Ding! The idea went off in my little brain.
No, not you.
So I took I'm gonna try to scare Mike. So I took a locker, laid it on the side, set this Jeffrey giraffe up on the locker, where it's eye level, just where you open the door up, it's right there in your face. And then I go to Mike. Go to gas call, and Chris Andrews, another cop, he's in on it. So we tell Mike, dude, on the way here, we went by there, and you could hear it, you could smell candles burning, you could hear them chanting inside there. Of course, we're lying. We set him up trying to scare him. He's, oh dude, oh man, we gotta go. Let's take it back up. I said, damn, 3 of us can handle it. We can handle it. So we go down there, and we park, far away, and then we walk down there, has playing it off like we're trying to catch him in the act. We get there, and Mike's got his back to the door, he's got his flashlight because it's dark. And I tell him, kick the door, man, kick the door. But he turns, he kicks the door, hits the flashlight, it's better than you could ever hope. This Jeffrey giraffe has glass eyes, and they glow red. I promise you, Mike screams like a 5-year-old little girl and takes off running. A cop, he's a police officer, he screams, and runs. Now, it scared me because the red eyes were pretty intimidating. It's right there in your face. And Chris Andrews called him P-Dab. P-Dab and I, we're on our knees. I promise you, try not to piss on ourselves. That was so funny. If you run into him, you got to ask him about that.
I will definitely ask him about it. I'll have to maybe see if we can get him to listen to this
I
podcast.
don't know what made me think about that, but oh yeah, he'll laugh. It's true. And he cussed us, of course.
He's so funny, man.
Very funny.
He's such a good guy.
Yep, he is.
Very funny.
I recently got a friend, I think I sent him a friend request on Facebook, so we've recently been chatting.
You and Mike Hardy?
Yeah. Well, we're not really chatting, we're just,
I've been friends with him for a long time on Facebook, so.
I just now got,
He rides too, he's got a motorcycle.
he's got several.
Oh, I didn't know he had several, I knew he had one.
He's got several motorcycles.
I tried to get him to go to, he's kinda like you don't like going to
Well, he knows
bike week and
he's a big
stuff.
bass player too.
Smart guy.
Oh yeah, I know, we had a band,
What'd you play?
I play guitar.
Oh yeah, I forgot you played guitar.
Yeah.
Who sang?
Well, we didn't have a singer.
Oh, you should've called me, you know.
And who was playing drums?
The Hound Dogs.
So,
Brian frickin' Dillon.
oh yeah.
Brian was excellent,
Yeah,
actually.
Brian was a cop here with us as well. Lived us with the Murphy.
Yes, Brian Dillon was a cop for us. Talented guy, was a professional baseball player for a little bit.
That's cool.
What else? What
It
else
was
can?
excellent in Drummond.
What else can the? Or all, so three. Can't expect from the podcast. What are we looking to bring? What do we bring in to educate these fine public?
We're bringing 90 years of cop experience, about 6 months of bourbon experience, and for me anyway. And then
Here's my take on it. You can get our honest opinion if the bourbon is good or if it sucks.
Yeah.
You can get our honest opinion on whatever topic we're talking, whatever damn, let me get another drink, hold on.
And, yeah, and we here may disagree, so we know the audiences up out there in our platforms will disagree with us. as well.
Oh, yeah,
We'll
we're gonna
here
disagree.
from time to time. And yeah, and taste is so subjective. People come in all the time and they come in there, they come with the bourbon guy at work. If somebody comes out with a bourbon question, the other employees can
They
give
do.
it. And people ask all the time, hey, what's the best bourbon? Well, taste is so subjective. And just the three of us,
Yeah.
wheat, traditional, and rye. So it's hard. Yes.
It's hard to say.
Yeah. Then I ask them a series of questions, and it blows your mind that they just can't come out and pick out the best tasting bourbon out of what I don't know 150 bourbons we've got.
well, it's also you're talking about when you're talking subjective, you're talking about stuff from from the very low 2-year bourbons to something like Ardbeg, which is a Scotch, and which really tastes like mud to me.
Are we going to include scotches? In
No,
this?
but I mean, what I'm saying,
I know, I'm just
you're
telling
talking
you,
about,
I'm not saying.
yeah, we
I'm
can,
just smart ass and asking.
but it's
Welcome to
when you-
Scotland. We're here to talk about Scotch. That's my Sean
dang,
Connery.
Sean Connery,
It sounds
you're
like
all
that.
right. But when you're talking about everyone's palate is different. I mean, I've had people come in that liquor store and they absolutely love the Ardbeg, the really peaty type of Scotch. And I got interested in it. I said, well, I'll try that. So I went home with a mini bottle one time, and it was atrocious. It was terrible.
Yeah,
Oh, that's-
Scotch to me, actually, as funny as it sounds, crap.
Easy for you to say.
You
Yeah,
had some
it
monkey
tastes-
shoulder we tried
It
sometime.
tastes like Scotch tape smells. Well, that's very odd. Yeah, very odd.
I like this.
Should have another picture down.
I'm showing how about I am. Oh, you said you showed him.
Yeah, I'll tell you a story about that after.
No, it's what Steve did. He showed put a picture on his phone that like, it looks like a Colt 45. I don't know if it is.
Yeah, it's a classic single action bolt.
Revolver.
Yeah, the revolver single action removes. You look like a Western type thing. It's called With the People.
I like it. I like it a
It's
lot.
pretty cool. I was pulling up something else to show.
We like we like guns on this show.
Oh yeah, we're cops, of course. Yeah, yes. Taste is so subjective, and on your tongue you taste all kinds of things. The very back of your tongue, but we talked about this before. You taste bitterness. On the very tip of your tongue, you taste sweetness. Then behind that, salty, and then sour on each side. I found that and saved it.
Oh.
And that's why you have to do what's a Kentucky chew, Reggie?
Kentucky Chew is when you take a little sip of whatever you might be drinking, if it's bourbon or whatever. You can do like whatever kind of chew. But theirs is Kentucky Chew, but you take a little bit of sip and you kind of swish it all around in your mouth to put the flavor on all of your taste buds. That way you can better taste and better describe what you're drinking.
Get a full palate of it.
Yeah.
Called Kentucky chew. All
Can
right,
you pull it
put
back up?
The picture?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna,
Oh, right there, sir.
on the picture that Steve's showing, it says basically a mouth open, and it's got different
And it's
taste.
a lady's mouth, if that makes a difference to you.
I'm glad it is, cause it
Sure,
wasn't.
sure it's a pretty mouth.
So I wonder if you just touch the tip of your tongue on this bourbon here, if you taste nothing but sweet. I wonder how that.
That's what I've been sitting trying to do.
You gonna stick the tip of your tongue.
That's what I did.
Do it. What does it taste like when you
Oh
do
my
that?
God.
Damn, Jimmy Sanders.
I can see where it says sweet, yeah.
Can you really?
Yeah, so on the very tip of your tongue, sweet, then on either side salty, in the middle of your tongue, but on either side is sour, in the very back, you get the bitters. All right, cool. We're learning stuff. We are educators.
And I like how, looking at your glass and mine, we started out with a lot less. And ours about empty, and Bucks is just down to where ours were when we first poured it.
Yeah, he gave himself a very
Thanks,
healthy
buddy.
pour.
Thanks, buddy.
See, we already have
Yeah.
metaphoricated into something else. We're educators. He poured it in the side of his mouth. He's drinking it to the side of his mouth.
Look, I'm trying to use a scientific method here.
Is it working? What does it taste like on the
I
side?
can't taste the salty.
You know, we are doing video, it's a very limited video, it's not out, the video won't be out for quite a while, but I'm so glad no one out there can see that.
Well, who cares? That how else are you going to find out if this little picture is true? How can you find out?
Take
No,
your
you're
word
right.
for it.
Okay, well, you got to try it. You got to do it.
I believe I trust you, man. I'll take your word for it.
All right. Well, be making fun of me for trying for looking to see, and don't be passing notes back and forth that I can't see. Thank you.
I was reminding Hound Dog that we actually have advertising, it's called a read,
Okay.
and
I think
is it time to do a read?
I
We're 33 minutes into the podcast.
I think what we need to do is do the previous read. That way this one will feed right into it. You know what I mean?
Give them free advertising?
Yeah, why not? We're new. We don't know anybody. So
Yeah, it's,
Steve, we, on the last podcast, which will be up shortly, we, had a read, which is basically a commercial, so to speak. And Steve is looking for his notes on it. And
we actually, it's our first official podcast. What we've done is we bank podcasts for times we can't fill in, so.
yeah, that's, you know what, I didn't think about that, I just thought we was practicing.
So we need to
That's
go.
what I thought too.
So, Bud, why do you have two glasses over there, man? You got a Nom Creek glass that's empty.
Well,
Glencairn glass is half.
I typically drink my scotch and my liquor,
This is
my bourbon,
It's
my
not
whiskey, whatever.
Well, that
With
sounds like a country song.
my
drink my whiskey and my bourbon and with my scotch.
anything. I drink it on the ice, usually on the rocks.
So do you need some ice?
Well, I would have, but it's too much, too aggravating to go
It's
in
too
there
much
right now.
effort, actually, leave the studio, go into the kitchen
Yeah,
and
so-
put an ice cube in there.
So I'm just gonna drink it out of this neat
So
little.
you're drinking like a man tonight.
Look, I
Well,
would like to mix this with some ginger ale is what I like to do. So does that make me
get on
less
the
of a
mic.
man?
Get on the mic.
The Buck's still learning how this microphone thing works.
Speaking
I
of
said
men,
I would like to mix this with some ginger ale.
see, that was very podcastic.
I finally heard what you're saying tonight.
He's podcastic.
He is.
You really,
He sure is.
you remind me of a certain captain at one time who was always saying words that he didn't understand.
I understand them.
Did he go by two initials?
Well, speaking of men, Hound Dog called you up to be a man. He's drinking like a man. Do you fart like a man?
What?
Do you fart like a man, Buck?
Did
You do.
You pass gas like a man.
Well, yeah.
Well, boy, do we have something for you.
Well, what do you got for
What
me?
was
We got something for both of you guys. For everybody out there's listening, it's called Hootin' Nanny Sweet Breeze. Now, I worked with Reggie for over 30 years. I worked for Buck for a long time in policing as well, and now we work together at the ABC store. Thursdays, we unload the truck, and he comes in, still hangover from Taco Tuesday. And Buck emits all kind of emissions that's dangerous to breathe. I say no more.
No, I do not. I do
say
not.
no more, Buck. I say no more. Hootin' Nanny Sweet Breeze butt spray, you simply take a little bit of, it's like comes with a little perfume bottle, you spray the inside of your shorts with that, the inside of your underwear with it. And you simply spray your underwear with 2 small squirts and go about your day knowing that you're bringing a peaceful bliss to your fellow employees through your
A
farts.
peaceful what?
Bliss.
It's like the air freshener for your ass.
Yeah, exactly. You no longer have to hang the little Christmas trees in the back of your pants anymore.
A whisk.
That's right, brother. People will seek you out. They will seek you out.
Oh boy,
They'll come-
well I've got that going for me now.
They'll come by your office, they'll come by your cubicle, they'll come by wherever you unload the truck, just hang out there smelling your wonderful, wonderful fragrance. And speaking of fragrance, they come in, new car smell, and I just bought them in Jeep, by the way.
You did.
There's a
It's
story
nice.
about that. Oh, there's a story about that too, I need to tell. New car smell, glazed donuts for the cops in the family.
Nice, nice.
Cheesecake, I'm cutting the cheese a lot, but cheesecake, ranch dressing, baked biscuits, and our favorite, my favorite, is aged bourbon barrels.
Oh, nice.
That's right. You think you're smelling bourbon right now, bro? No, you're not.
You smell somebody's ass.
That's right.
It's like
And
caramel.
you gotta realize too, you gotta really, the caramel comes from the shorts.
Man, I just about spilled
That's
bourbon all over my microphone.
No.
Yeah, you learn stuff on the show. So if you can, people support Hootenanny Sweet Breeze Butt Spray.
That's nice. That's a
Carmelo.
Is
All
there,
right.
is there a way they can get that? Do you know?
No, but you do.
Just so happens.
You think Hound Dog has stopped? Well, Hound Dog's looking that up. Can we keep referring ourselves to Hound Dog Buck? Slow Ride, just remember we are members of the Renegade Pigs Motorcycle Club, the greatest club ever. Not knocking any other club, but we got the greatest club ever.
We do. Greatest club in the world.
It consists of firemen and police officers in good standings, and if you're interested, search out your local chapter.
Now, it's what kind of club is it? A motorcycle club?
It's motorcycle road.
Yeah, and we raise money for, we do all kind of rides, do all kind of special events, we raise money for charity.
Yeah, we had a ride just yesterday. Yesterday.
Yeah, it was. And
Who rode?
I did.
My bike's in the shop, Buck.
It is?
You can't ride something in the shop.
His bike is definitely in the shop. I picked him up.
What do we say about that there?
Ching! That's what the bike place is saying,
No,
because
what we said was, it's gonna be, how cold? It's gonna be 40 degrees when we start out. Could you hold that thing till Monday for me? That's exactly what we were saying.
he
And I'm gonna bet it did.
he called me, I think, Wednesday of last week. I'll come back from the mountains, and it's Hollywood Cycles. Give him a plug, because he seems real nice. He seems like he knows what he's doing. And I said, gosh, Hollywood Cycles. And yeah, he told me, of course, there's another, Harley Davidson stands for $100 bill.
$100.
There's another $217 question you need to know. Make sure you get the part for me.
Damn. That sucks. So I found this this second read.
Yeah, let's go ahead and now. Actually, these reads would have been weeks apart, a week
Yes,
apart.
Weeks apart. But you can't have the second one without the first one. If this is the first podcast.
And we
putting
love
out.
our sponsors. If you don't sponsor us, we'll name drop you in a second. Go ahead, Hound Dog.
All right, so you want me to read this like with this voice, or do you want me to do a podcast voice?
I want you to do the voice we heard earlier. Can you pass
Yes,
that to
I
Bob?
do.
All right, I'll try to do this, and I would like to first of all
I won't
apologize.
laugh. It's really good.
I'd like to first of all apologize to the nice folks at Hootenanny Sweet Breeze Butt Spray, because I'm sure that I'm going to screw this up terribly bad. But anyway, here we go. Podcast voice, please. Here we go.
That was it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for listening.
From the same people that brought to you Hootenanny Sweet Breeze Butt Spray is proud to offer the refreshing Hootenanny Cool and Refreshing Mouthwash. That's right, folks. You can now have this fresh aroma coming out of both ends simply by spraying Hootenanny Cool Breeze Butt Mouthwash along with the Hootenanny Cool Breeze Butt Spray. We offer the classic aromas as our award-winning butt spray, which is new car smell, pina colada, ranch dressing, peanut butter, sweet Vidalia onion, roasted garlic, and barbecue chips, which happens to be my favorite. But wait,
I like a chip right now.
there's more. Act now, and we'll throw in our newest fragrance since this is coming up to Thanksgiving and all that stuff. Butkin Spice.
That's our Butkin Spice.
That's
You crack me up.
As an added bonus, we'll throw in the strawberry shortcake with butt cream icing. To order, call now at 1-800-HOOTENANNY. That's 1-800-466-8629. And don't forget to mention Bourbon and Badges, and you'll get a 20% discount. Thank you, and goodbye.
See, that makes my read sound really suck. It's fine until you did it. My read suck. And now somebody's gonna really call that number. And
Oh, that number don't work. It's not.
next week we're gonna be sponsored by Crack Filler.
But that was, the fine folks at Hootenanny Butt Spray.
That's funny.
Go check them out.
That's funny stuff. Yeah, if you got any advertising tips, give us a call, hey, or a text or something. Along those same lines, talking about the cop stuff. Sheriff here in the county. I bought a Jeep yesterday. Well, 2 days ago, I'm actually looking at it, and I was there talking to the salesman. The sheriff pulls through, and sheriff's car, out in Cloninger, and he hollers, "Covered!" My back to him. I turn around, he goes, "We got warrants on you." I kind of laughed and turned back. The salesman's gone. He's gone. He's gone.
Was it really?
Oh yeah, he's gone. I never talked to the sheriff for a few minutes. He actually offered me a job. So we come work in the court system for him. Which I did. You just did. I kind of laughed. I said, "Sheriff, you need to retire. If you retire, you'll realize why I'm laughing now." Yeah, I had to go outside and find myself.
That's funny.
Now, just out of curiosity, you don't have your certification now, do you? Right?
I do not. And he said he would send me to root school. He'd pay me to go back to root school.
Would you want to do that? Actually, I
No.
don't think so.
Absolutely no way in hell that I would do it.
I mean, it's only like 200 hours, right? For the short school, it wouldn't take long.
Certified, but I'm not interested. Not interested at all.
Good
Yeah,
for you.
they enjoyed our career.
Oh, yeah.
Enjoy being retired.
Mhm.
You know, I was telling the boss lady at the ABC store we work part time at now. Is the great thing about her job is I can't get any time.
That's right.
Piss me off, I'm gonna leave.
That's right. That's the good thing about
We
it.
had a drunk come in and show his butt, man. He showed his butt big time, and the cop came out of me and escorted him out of the building. We're outside, and he's probably 5'2", 105 pounds, and talking about he's gonna whip my butt. And I thought for a brief second, I only make $11.50 an hour. It's worth losing this job to stomp the little butthole in this guy's butt. But then I thought, well, he's drunk, he's 5'2".
So that brings up another question. You know, you two guys working in a liquor store or working in a liquor store, how often does that happen? Somebody drunk off their ass come in showing their ass.
This is one guy, not excluding him. It's happened on another time with me. I've been there probably off and on 3.5 years, maybe.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's oh,
Every-
wow.
And the thing about it is, man, everybody comes, they're happy. They're buying liquor.
Yeah.
And if they're having a hard day, their day's getting better. And we work at the one that's on the east side of Gastonia, and which is
The
where all
Taj Mahal.
it's all the shopping. It's near the hospital, so we get all the good-looking women come to our store. We get all the good-looking women.
Good for you.
Oh, I'm telling you,
Okay, well, my wife's never gonna let me go back in there. I think you.
yeah, all the good-looking women. So anything else going on? Anything? You wouldn't give direction? Anything else on this podcast, or where we might want to metaphoricate to?
Metaphor Kate. I don't know, man. I'm just happy to sit here.
Let's kind of play it by ear. I mean, this is kind of how we do all our conversations.
You gotta do it, play it by mouth.
We'll play it by mouth.
That's don't sound right.
Although when I did try that, y'all started making fun of me.
You actually drank out of the corner of your mouth.
He did.
I hate that people couldn't see that.
But
I hate that I did see it.
So I got a little bit of liquor in my
for
eye.
those of you that can't see what we're doing, Buck has pulled up that picture that Steve had of the mouth with all the different taste bud zones in your mouth, and he tried every damn one of them.
Well, how else are you gonna find out if it's true?
I showed you a picture of it.
So is it true?
Yeah, it's kind of true. I
I've got
guess.
it on Facebook, so you know it's true.
Oh yeah, it's true. Anything that you come up with is gonna be true, Vernon.
And we're doing a future.
Take your dang phone back.
We're doing a future podcast on cryptozoology. And we talked about that before, and y'all made fun because you said I said zoology. Zoology.
You did say zoology.
You did say
Y'all heard zoology. I said zoology.
No, you did not.
How come both those hear the same thing?
Because
Well, you said-
you're both wearing earphones.
What you
Okay.
said? Yep, we are.
And it's hooked to the same machine.
Yep, we are.
In any case, so yeah, we're gonna be doing a podcast on cryptozoology. So there may be anything from police work to cryptozoology in this podcast. So.
Yes, especially if we got a listener who wants to bring something up that's the topic we're talking about. And current events. We're going to try to stay away from religion, politics.
We try to. Now, politics will enter into it every now and then. I mean, we can't help it because they're going to politics, especially right now. They are affecting, law enforcement and everything. And I'm fairly conservative, so I mean that's going to come across sometimes.
You are fairly conservative, but you are the most liberal guy.
Yes, I actually right. I am. I'm more liberal than you guys are.
You're on the fence on a lot of things.
I'm more of a libertarian actually than I am.
And your name's Terry.
Yeah, libertarian. So that's the reason I decided to do that because.
Not quite the
But
pun.
I'm a libertarian, but you guys are more conservative. There's nothing wrong with some. We might have someone coming here who's very, very liberal, and I got no problem with that. I'm sitting down talking.
I'd really like, as long as they don't get offended, they don't offend us. I would love to hear other point of views. By the way,
Have y'all watched I'm not even going to go there. I'm sorry. Sorry, I said something.
and you guys know who Bill Burr is, right?
Yes,
He's
yes.
a very,
Comedian.
very famous comedian. He says he's liberal, but he's a lot like you, Buck. He says he's liberal, but then he supports left and right on common sense and a common sense stance on things.
Well, you know, the First Amendment should be is a liberal idea going back to Greece. I mean, it's a liberal idea, is the fact that you should be able to say what you want to without fear of going to jail or having some sort of ramification like that. I'm not saying that you're immune from what you say. But as far as you should be able to say what you want without going to jail for it.
And here's one thing that gets me on this subject is some people, they can say whatever the hell they want to, but when you start to say something back to them, it's like they have the freedom of speech, but you don't.
As long as you agree with them, you do.
Well, as long as you agree, but if you don't agree with them, you do not have freedom of speech like they do.
I mean, that's what they want. I mean, they're entitled to their freedom of speech, but you are entitled to their freedom of speech too. You're not allowed to have your freedom of speech. I mean, to me, it is the most important right that we have in this country is the freedom of speech. It's protected by the Second Amendment, which I'm a big supporter of too.
Yeah,
So,
and the great thing about it is, it's like our podcast. You don't have to, if you're somewhere and someone is, spouting off the mouth, you don't agree with it, you can simply leave.
or you can smack them upside the head, right?
Yeah, well, that's true. But you can simply leave. If we offend you, unfortunately, we don't care.
No,
We
we
don't
really
you.
don't.
We're gonna offend some. I get offended every day with these two cats, so it's but I still love them.
We're not going to come out there with the intent of offending anyone. That's not our intent. But I mean, in this curtain climate,
Oh, you
in
talking about
this
me?
certain climate, yeah, people are going to be offended by what we say. They just are. So
Yeah. Well,
And if you get offended, fuck off.
yeah. Well, it's probably, I don't think people that our listener base probably won't get offended too badly. Yeah, unless you're like you, Buck. They're on the border. You look at a lot of liberal stuff, but you do look at it through a common sense approach.
You know what?
Yeah,
If most of the people in the world will look at stuff in common sense,
that's the way I try to look at it that way.
it'll be, things that we can communicate a lot better.
Oh, that takes back to Bill Burr. He does a podcast. It's called Thursday Afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast. You need to listen to him. He's great. Listen to us first. Go listen to him. He's great. He does a one-man podcast. He's really good. But he did say one day he'd love to have a cop on his show. And I'd love for us to call him up one day, or him call us up one day and be on one of the others' podcasts. That'd be great.
Well, he can get 3 of them.
That's great.
Yeah, 30 years
That would be
experience.
great. I'd love to, cause it's really something. You need to watch his specials. You need to really see it. Watch Bill Burr. He's really funny. But anyway, all right. So what do y'all think so far?
So far, I like it. It's good.
So we have
Not just the bourbon, but the podcast itself.
So our very first podcast, we picked a daily drinker and ranked it 8 of all 3 of us.
8 out of 10.
The average, we rank that, the average rank, which mine was 9, except for I got it in my eye, so.
It's also gonna be interesting to see how we do rank these over the future, because I'm gonna keep notes. Yeah, because you do find that people that do rank things generally have a pattern. Like I was the lowest, I lowballed it compared to you guys with a 7.
Did you do it just because of that, or did you do it?
That's not low ball. 7 is not a low ball.
No, but as far as compared to y'all's, but I'm just saying it's gonna be interesting to see if I do that consistently through.
Buck, you alright?
Buck's crying. I'm sorry, Buck. I didn't mean to lowball you.
Well, I've got liquor in my
He got liquor's eye from trying to drink it in the corner of his mouth.
See, you got your mouth is like right underneath.
I know where it's at.
Buck, you like to see what you're drinking, don't you?
I know where it's at, alright?
Yeah, you like to see what you're drinking.
Alright, go ahead.
Buck didn't get it.
Hey, whatever it's.
It went.
Oh, we got that. I can't dig
It's
it.
too late now. It sucks.
All right, so here we are.
So, the one thing I want to tell everybody that's listening to us is give us feedback. If you like what we're saying, tell us. If you don't like what we're saying, tell us, and we probably will continue to say what we're saying.
Yeah. But yeah, it'd be interesting to hear another point of view.
Do we need to be more bourbon centric? Do we need to be more cop centric? Or
Yeah, what do you want to hear? Yeah,
well, I mean, hell, we can do freaking war stories all day if you wanted to hear that.
What can you tell us to make us more successful, to make some money? So we're going to buy our own bourbon.
We had to buy our own. We had to buy our own podcasting equipment, which is well up over $1,000.
And if you're Polish, you know that It's to get into podcasting today, Reggie, is $45,000. So no one else should try getting into podcasting.
Holy shit.
Holy
I
mackerel.
should not have gave you my credit card. Damn, I'm gonna hate it when I get that bill. I'm sorry, Bobby's gonna hate it when I get that bill.
Yeah, I think we got about $1,000. But the thing about it is, we had a lot of hiccups along the way. We started this, a year and a half ago,
Yeah,
the
and
thought process.
we actually started, I downloaded a voice recorder on my telephone. That's our first 2 or 3 podcasts.
Pictures actually on our Facebook pages, that very thing,
Yes,
you're in Bobby's house.
Yep, sure is.
All right, so we're slowing down, guys.
So, our next episode is going to be El Chupacabra, La Chupacabra,
So we do the next episode on
cryptozoology. Cryptozoology.
So,
I wanna do an episode on,
why have these guys as friends?
how can I get a new set of friends?
Well, develop a personality.
I want to do one on rock and roll,
Let's do one on rock and roll.
But we'd have to put Steve out because last I saw, Air Supply is not going to be included in that. So.
See, now people aren't talking something about Air Supply.
You know what? I cannot name one song from Air Supply.
Oh, he can. There we go.
What is it?
There we
No,
go.
what happened? Hold on,
What?
you don't know. I used to be on federal task force,
Oh my
and
God.
no, I'm not gonna get into that. That's 200 kilos of cocaine. But I had a take-home cars back before our department had take-home cars.
I used to kill those cocaine every fucking week.
What? Would you listen?
I'm sorry.
Would you listen?
I'm sorry. I
You
forgot you were
listen.
talking.
You got one every week,
At least 2 kilos of cocaine every week.
but this is 200 kilos.
You know what? When you said 2.
No, 200.
No, he said
It's
200.
200. It was another whole podcast. But anyway,
You said you got 200 kilos of cocaine?
collectively.
Oh, over a period of time.
But anyway, what were we talking about? What's that called?
Your investigation ended up in 200.
Oh no, you're talking about Air Supply. I had and it was so cool. I had a gray Camaro tricked out, all the lights and stuff. Pulled up on a SWAT call one time, seriously, and 2 women standing there, and I pulled up there, all my lights on that undercover car, and you could hear the underwear hit the ground. It was great. I almost didn't make it to the call out. But with that said, we're going to go to lunch. So on the way to work, I'm listening to ADCC. I'm listening to a rock band, ACDC, on the way to work. And it's full blast. Don't piss me off.